Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy, Green Pastures Farm. I just came by the paddock here. The boys moving them up here. We're getting ready for the cattle drive in the morning, and I saw this really pretty cow right here, and two bulls have got her sorted off. She's in heat, and the rest of the 300 and some head are down there in the middle of that field. But before that cow goes, these bulls are on her. Just wanted to see the number on these bulls. That one there, that's one of our macho bulls for 2019. So that's one we'll keep. This is just a yearling bull here. He's just now a year old, a little over a year old. Boy, he's gonna make a really nice bull. 935 is already a nice bull. My gosh, look at that. Whew. How do you get him any prettier than that? Look at the oil on his skin. He's got oil all over him. That's just the South Pole genetics. I mean, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful hide. Got the oily streaks all down in the happy lines, the wrinkles in his neck, a nice tight sheath, good set of testicles on him, and there's no hair on the testicles. Good butt. Look at that. Whew. That's a nice little cow that he's. I like to see the offspring on her. I gotta write her number down. She's taking off. I want to write her number down and his number. Of course, there's probably going to be 8 or 10 bulls breeding her. There's 47 in here. The 935 is taking care of her right now. Just a beautiful pair. You can see that cow. She doesn't hardly have any flies on her. It's because she's oily. She's got that real slick hair coat. That little cow there will weigh about 900 pounds. She's going to wean about a 450-pound calf, and she's going to make you a ton of money. These big old cows will just bankrupt you. Done been down that road. I'm not going back. When you're doing all grass and you're trying to make a living on grass, you can graze 3 1,000-pound cows on the same amount of grass as 2 1,500-pound cows will eat. You're going to have an extra calf to sell at the end of the year. When you get in a drought, they're not going to eat up all your grass. Or going through the winter, they're not going to, you put 5 or 6 of those great big old cows on a 1,200-pound bale of hay and it just disappears. Just disappears. Been down that road. Don't want to go back. There's another heifer. She's in heat. Oh, that's a pretty one. Bulls, she's got a bunch of suitors. She's like, just let me have a drink, gentlemen. Those young bulls are like, nope, you don't get a drink. She got one. Oh, that water's cold. That's the same water that I'm drinking in our house. This is all pressurized water. Man, that's cold. The reason we put these poles here on all 4 sides, if you don't, with this many head of cattle drinking out of it, you'll come over here and that tank will be upside down. Because you had about 8 or 9 cows go in there and drink all at once, and now you've got 10 gallons of water, not 100. And they'll flip it upside down. They're coming to water. So we just put them in here. It is now 7 o'clock. They were put in here about 4:30 tonight. And they've gone through and got a lot of the candy now. Now they're just kind of cleaning up what's left. And in the morning, we've got about an acre right over there in that corner, sectioned off. They can't graze that tonight. In the morning, we put them on that acre. First thing, get everything caught up in that acre, and we close them in and we lock them in there. And then we go put up our wires along the road. And then we make our cattle dry. Well, there's a nice bull right there. Slick, slick, slick. Well, we took our last macho bull that we had for sale. He sold last night. And so he's out of the herd. And he's going to be delivered Friday to Virginia. He's going to a herd out there, and he is really going to put his stamp on that herd. He's a beautiful bull and fella got a really, really nice bull last night. We closed the bidding on that at 10 o'clock. And yeah, we've got a few more. They're getting fewer and fewer. A lot of these bulls with the O's on them, those are 2020. Like this is that bull there is just now a year old. He's gonna be a dude by next year. He's already a dude. He's gonna be a bigger, thicker. He'll get a little taller, but he's gonna get thicker. That 833 that we sold, that macho bull, he was right about 1,250 pounds, something like that. He's a 3-year-old. So these cattle, oh man, look at this heifer right here, folks. Man, get out of the way, girl. 71, you're a pretty cow. I gotta show you this heifer. Oh, golly. You know, sometimes they just run. There's another beautiful one. She's got a ear tag that fell out and messed her ear up. Look at this one. Wow. I don't know how you make them any prettier than that. She's just a beautiful, beautiful heifer. We do like to see the gut on our cattle. We like to see the slick hides, slick, oily hides. That's one of the best things there is about South Poles. And yeah. That steer is bellowing like a bull. He still thinks he might be a bull, but I got news for him, he's not. He's still got that bull grown. So here comes a nice bull. This is another macho. He's a 2019. We kept 6 of them that aren't for sale. He's another one. He'll be for sale next year. Golly, he is a beauty. Big old fat steer walking off there. The cattle are pretty much all full. They've all filled up. They're just kind of walking around, getting them a drink, finding any little pieces of candy that are still laying around that maybe somebody missed. Well, you talk about a slick one there. Look at that. You could almost comb your hair in the reflection on that cow. She's that shiny. $9.94. You're not looking too bad. You're kind of a young bull. He would be the last bull born in 2019, so he's not quite 2. How about you guys? Oh, you're not bad either. There's the 12th calf that was born in 2020. Man, he's thick. Not a bad bull. So I get the question all the time, so I might as well cover it. We get this a lot. Why in the world is Greg turning in 47 bulls with about, I don't know, there's 160 females out here? Why would you do that? Why don't you just turn in 2 or 3? Or, you know, for 160 head, maybe 4. Okay, 40 cows per bull. The reason we don't is, first of all, we sell a lot of South Pole grass genetic bulls. And we're rough on them. We rough them through the winter. They don't get anything but Kentucky 31 and fescue, clover, orchard grass. But they do get moved. They get moved, you know, twice a day. And the bulls that excel, that come out of that program, those are bulls that we want to, you know, keep as breeding bulls, and we can sell those. Or you could, I guess you could get them all up and clamp them and sell them as grass-fed steers. Well, with the market that we built over the years, it's a lot more, makes more sense for us to keep a really nice bull like this one right here. He is a beaut. God, I gotta get his number. I think that's a yearling. Let's see what he's got. She's not quite in heat, huh, sir? Oh, that other bull, he saw that. He's gonna come over and check it out too. I can't get him. He's going so fast. I saw one of these bulls breed a cow to dead run. That's how athletic they are. Oh yeah, there comes 920. It's like, what's going on over here? Oh, this bull's like, did you see that? This bull's like, oh shoot, that was 920. What is your number? Oh, you lost your tag. Okay, so this is 965. We put a tag in him like a week ago and he's already lost it again. That is one of the macho bulls. That's what I thought. That one and that one right there's another one. Talk about a pretty little cow. Look at that. Can't get it much prettier than that. She's got a nice little bull calf on her. But that other macho bull up there, he walked off because this bull here's the dominant bull. He's already told, he says, Johnny whipped me earlier, I'm going to get out of here. So he forgot about that cow. He forgot about that cow. So back to the, the 47 bulls. So the guy that got me going on this, and I give you credit where credit is due, is Ian Mitchell-Innes. And Ian is a rancher in South Africa. And he was, at the time he was over here, he was running around 4 to 6,000 cows, depending on what time of the year it was. And Ian would turn in 750 bulls at that time with about 4,000 cows. And I'm like, he told me that, and I'm like, why are you doing that? I think I could pick out the best 200 and let them breed the cows. And, don't let the rest of them even have a try at it. He goes, no. He said, you can't do that. You got to let nature sort it out. So the bull that has the highest testosterone, highest sperm count, that's the bull that actually settles the cow and gets her pregnant. And you can't tell which bull that is, but nature can. And so he said, just let nature work it out. And he went on to say that the more bulls you use, the better average calf crop you have. Boy, look at that one. Wow. That's a little heifer that was born last year. She's not quite a year old. Man. Oh, beautiful heifer. Got a little white spot in one eye, and that was from the pink eye. We did go after it. It just seemed like it kept getting worse and worse, and so we got them up, and we just put LA200 and squirted it in their eyes. 1 cc per eye if the eye was watering. If it had turned white, we went ahead and actually gave him a shot. I'm not going to take a quality animal and lose an eye on it if I can prevent that. Normally I haven't treated it, but this year was the worst we've ever seen it. And everybody's going, what's causing it? What's causing the pink eye? And we're looking at it right there. According to a lot of the professionals and the experts, they're saying it's the rash of clover that we've had. We had a ton of clover, and the clover has so much protein that it actually is lowering the pH in the animal. And when the pH goes lower in the animal, it affects its immune system where it has a harder time fighting off stuff like pink eye. I don't know if they're right or wrong. I can't prove it one way or the other, but I can tell you this. We treated it, and that was about, whatever it is, 8 days ago. And it's unbelievable. I mean, it really stopped it. We just haven't had any more new cases of it. So it was a long day. We got them up and we went through them. And we went through the bull mob. We went through all of them. And anything that had a watery eye or dripping, we got it in the head catch. We just put it in there and squirted it in the eye. The LA200. Actually, we went with LA300. And then calves that had calves that had an eye that was actually white, the pink eye was a little further progressing, we actually gave them a shot. And it stopped it. I mean, it stopped it. So I guess what I'm saying here is if I'd have been a little bit more proactive when I first saw it, and we first saw it in the bulls, there was 8 or 9 that had cloudy eyes. And that night, the very night I saw it, I should have got them up, walked them up to the corral, and dealt with it right there. I think we would have probably had maybe less than half of the pink eye issues that we had. But, you live and you learn, and yeah, that's the way it goes. This cow here has still got a little bit of it, But we treated her, and she's getting over it. She's a pretty cow. Got a calf on her, just beautiful. But she's got it in her left eye there. But she's got it closed, and it'll heal up. And it'll have just a little bit of a cloud in it, but she'll still be able to see around it. And it's funny, people say, oh, you don't want a cow that's got a white face that makes pink eye. This little cow, she's never had pink eye. She's got a white face. There's a cow right there. She's got a white face. She's never had pink eye. There's a white cow up there. She didn't get it in either eye. She's white. So I don't know if there's any truth to having a white face makes them have pink eye worse or not. I don't think it matters. But so the average, back to the bull topic, so the more bulls you have in your herd, the better average calf crop you'll have. And then when you get done breeding, you can sell those bulls. If they're good ones, you can sell those bulls. If they're not, you don't want to sell them. You probably butcher them or clamp them or whatever. First of all, if they're not good, I wouldn't be breeding with them. I'd make steers out of them. But what's a good bull? Well, to me, a good bull, well, I've already showed you some over there. They've got those cows over there isolated. A good bull is one that's got a slick hide. He's got to be docile. He can't be ornery. He's got to have a good set of testicles on him. He needs to look like a man in the chest. Got to have a pretty good rump on him. I like, a decent amount of gut on my bull because I want him to pass that feature on to his cows that he's going to make that'll go into your herd. Here's a good bull right here. This is the kind of bull I'm talking about. Get out of the way. That's not a bad little bull there. This one's actually more slicker. That's a good little bull. Now he's not, let me see his tag. He's right at a year old. So he's gonna weigh, I don't know, that bull will go 650. Time he's mature, you're probably looking at about a 1,200 pound bull. That's what I like. I like about a 1,200 pound bull. I don't want them any bigger than that. 1,400, I can handle that, but I don't want those 16, 17, 1,800, 2,000 pound bulls. I've had those bulls and they break the cows down. And they're hard on stuff. They can tear up stuff and not even try to. They're just so darn strong. Just so darn strong. Well, that's a pretty sight. There's Jan and Brenda's garden. One polywire is protecting that garden from this 400 head of cows. That's how well these cattle are broke. So, finishing up the bull topic, that's why we use a lot of bulls. We have a really good market for them. We put them all in the herd. And the reason we do is I don't want another separate herd of animals out here grazing around Judy Farms at the same time. Especially in the summertime. When you get dry and it gets hotter, your cool season grass is starting to slow down, and you've got two herds rotating around your farm, folks, you're dead. You are dead. You're not going to last. And that's because you've cut your recovery period in half by having two herds. You don't do that. Have one herd as many days of the year as possible. You got a larger horsepower engine, you're trampling more urination, more poop, more trampling, half the work, and double the recovery period by putting all those bulls in with these cows. And they'll stay in there till March 1st. We're not taking them out. Oh, but Greg, you won't have a 35, 40-day calving season. I don't care. I would say 80% of our calves came this spring in about 35 to 45 days. 80%. That's good enough for me. The rest of it can peter, they can peter out the rest of the summer. Just whenever they come, that's fine. But we're getting the lion's share of them are born in about 45 to 50 days in the springtime. And folks, when you start raising animals that look like this, on grass, no grain, you don't have to have that town job anymore. Because these animals, you can market them. I mean, they market themselves. Because they're making a living for you on solely grass. You don't have to feed them anything. I think that's a huge plus. You know, I'm not a crop farmer, so I'm not raising grain. If I had to feed these things grain, I've got to buy it. And if I've got to buy it, that's taking money out of my pocket. And why do you got to buy grain to feed the beef animal? You don't. That's what's beautiful about them. They're eating this stuff right here that was grown by sunlight. I didn't seed a single piece of seed out here. This is all naturally, just whatever came up on our farm, that's what I graze. I don't seed anything. Boy, get out of the way, cow. This is a beautiful heifer right there. Wow. What is your number? Oh, I don't know. I think we looked at her earlier. That's an N36. Golly. I'm sorry, 9100. You're a beautiful one, too. Yes, you are. Whew. Yep, you're a pretty heifer. Is this your boyfriend? Oh, 100. Just slick as a button. See, look at that. That's a bull, folks. That's the docility of our animals. I love docile animals. I like to be able to bring children out here. People say, oh, you don't ever trust a bull. Well, yeah, normal bulls, you're right, you don't want to do that. I mean, don't go out into somebody's herd and do what I'm doing here. You might get clocked. You might get knocked on the ground. Heck, they might even kill you. But somebody that has used management and calling, extreme calling like we have for the last 18 years, and gotten rid of animals that had a high head, acted like they wanted to, you know, come after you, just get rid of them. You don't need them. You absolutely don't need them. Oh, there's another pretty heifer. Wow. Whew. She hurts your eyes to look at her too. There's a lot of pretty heifers in here. I'm excited. I'm excited because we sold off some. There's another one. We sold off some cow-calf pairs. Some of our tier 2 cows to make room for all these heifers that we're going to be keeping. And when you do that, we sold off a few older cows, and you know, you try and keep a lion's share of your younger ones. Boy, there's a pretty one. You know what that one is right there? That's the Murray Grays calf from last year. She's got just a tinge of brown in her. Isn't she a beaut? Oh, 20. She may be the best heifer in the herd as far as, you know, build. Look at that. Wow. That Murray Gray cow is unbelievable. Unbelievable. She's got a bull calf on her this year. Just knock your eyes out. Just beautiful. Well, the neighbors are getting ready to fire up the fireworks, it sounds like, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. I don't want to be talking over a firework display. But everyone have a good one, and on the way out, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time down the road.